Hello everyone and welcome to the True Awakening audio guide. Today we're sharing the essence of this article's theme. We're going to talk about finding that quiet, steady place inside of you, that stable anchor that holds firm no matter what kind of storms are swirling around in your life. And we'll explore a really practical way to get there. Okay, so let's start with this quote from Luang Po Kamkian. This is really our destination for today's journey. Now, this isn't about becoming numb or feeling nothing. It's an invitation to a kind of deep peace that doesn't depend on whether things are going good or bad. A peace that's actually available to all of us right now. You know this feeling, right? It's like you're on a roller coaster you never bought a ticket for. One minute you're flying high because something great happened. The next you're plunging down because of a difficult thought or something someone said. It really can feel like we're just being thrown around with no real say over our own inner state.
So let's break down the mechanics of this thing. Our minds are basically wired to do two things: chase after happiness and run away from sadness. It's this constant push and pull, this grasping for the good stuff and resisting the bad stuff. Well, that's the very engine that powers the roller coaster. It's a cycle that keeps us feeling off balance.
And this doesn't just happen with our own feelings. So much of our sense of self can feel like it's built on what other people think. When someone praises us, we feel solid, we feel good about ourselves. But the moment we get blamed or criticized, that whole feeling can just crumble, right? And we're left feeling anxious and unstable.
Okay, so if the roller coaster is fueled by all these changing thoughts, feelings, and outside events, what's the alternative? Well, the solution is to cultivate a certain quality of mind that simply doesn't get swept up in all the drama. It's about developing an anchor that's stable and reliable, no matter how wild the waves got.
And that anchor has a name. It's called Sati, or mindful awareness. But please, don't think of this as just some intellectual idea. It's a felt sense of being present. Luang Po Kamkian said that this awareness, once you really develop it, is more caring and reliable than even a mother or a father. It's always there, ready to help, right inside you. And this brings up an absolutely crucial point. This practice isn't about thinking about being aware. It's not another mental analysis. It's about a complete shift from the world of concepts to the world of direct physical experience. It's the difference between thinking about your hand and simply feeling your hand. So how do we actually make that leap from thinking to feeling? Well, the beauty of this teaching is that it starts with something incredibly simple and tangible. You cultivate this profound awareness, not through complicated mental gymnastics, but through a gentle, rhythmic physical movement. All right. Let's get practical. Here's how it's done. It's just a simple series of hand movements. You raise your hand, you turn it, you lower it, and you rest it. That's the whole thing. And listen, the goal is not to do it perfectly. The entire point is just to feel the sensations of the movement. You're simply trying to generate what's called rusuktua, a direct, clear awareness of your body in this moment.
And this next part is so important to hear. Your mind is going to wander, 100%. That's just what minds do. That is not a failure. The real practice, the magic moment, is when you notice you've wandered off and you gently guide your attention back to the feeling of your hand moving. Every single time you return, that's a victory. That's how you build the muscle of awareness.
So as you keep doing this simple physical practice, building that stable anchor of awareness, something really profound starts to shift in your mindset. You begin to realize that you don't actually have to fight a constant battle with your own experiences. You learn the art of just letting things be. The heart of this new mindset can be felt in a simple Thai phrase, Chung Hua Man. You could translate it as, let it be, or whatever, or maybe a really gentle, never mind. Just feel into that for a second. It isn't harsh, it's a soft release, a letting go of the struggle. And this attitude applies to, well, everything. Whether you're suffering or you're happy, whether someone says you're wrong or you're right, whether you're rich or you're poor, you just let it be. Now this isn't apathy. It's a powerful non-interference with reality. And here's the key. It's only possible when you have that stable anchor of sati, that feeling awareness, to rest in. So where does this all lead? It leads to a totally new perspective, a kind of ultimate freedom. You're no longer tangled up and drowning in all your experiences. Instead, you can see them clearly for what they are. You know, the classic image is a lotus leaf. It rests right on the water, but the water just rolls off. It's untouched. And this is where we get into the practice of sakwa, which basically means just merely. You start to see that the body is just the body. The sensations happening in it, heat, pressure, tingling, they aren't me or mine.
They're just physical events. They're simply what they are.
And you start to see your feelings this way too. Pain is just a feeling of pain. Joy is just a feeling of joy. They're like weather patterns passing through the sky of your awareness. They show up, they hang around for a bit, and then they move on. They aren't who you are, they're just what you're experiencing.
And then, finally, the real game changer. You see that a thought is just a thought. Even the most powerful, emotional, sticky thought is just seen as an impersonal event passing through the mind. When you can see it as just a thought, it loses its power to control you. This, right here, is the very heart of freedom. And so, we'll just leave you with this to sit with. When you are no longer a slave to every thought, every feeling, every little thing that happens, when you can just see experience as it is without getting pulled under by it, what then becomes possible in your life? By the way, you can watch the video version and see the complete slides via the YouTube link inside this article. We highly recommend experiencing the visual immersion of the light particles there. Now, for the deeper details, please take your time to read the text below. There's a special kind of stillness found in the written words. Explore the truth at your own pace. This is the beginning of your own soul's journey.